Welcome to Scorched Earth and the general reading for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon or Ascendant for the month of December. I hope you are well. I'm using the Pagan Otherworlds Tarot for you today. A bit of housekeeping before we start. If the reading resonates with you and you would like to go a little bit deeper, there will be an extended that you can access at the end. That is the first link in the description box. I have also completed the 6-month overviews for each of the signs, running from January to June 2023. If you are interested in that, that is the second link in the description box. The third link is to my private community, the Order of the Phoenix, over on Circle. And one of the benefits of that, if you join at the mid-tier, is that you get access to all of the extended content that I do for all of the signs, excuse me, for no extra cost. So if that's of interest to you, you know where to look. So let's get on with this for you, Scorpio. Tell me what's going on with Scorpio, please. There are 3 cards. There we go. We have the 8 of Cups in your recent past. Current energy for Scorpio, please. We have the 3 of Wands. Very nice. And what is coming towards Scorpio over December, please? 9 of Pentacles. We've got the 8 of Swords at the bottom of the deck there. Not that I feel with what I'm seeing here that you're going to be in an 8 of Swords, but that it might be something that comes up as a challenge for you. Something that you need to identify and recognise for what it is, and then sort of push past it. What I like about the cards that I have here on the table is, there's the 3 of Wands, as I've just cut the deck again, is actually the absence of major arcana for you. That's the thing that I like. And I like it because it all comes down to what you do this month. Everything hinges on what you do. You don't have these big universal energies coming in and forcing you to respond or react, maybe. We've just got a step by step, this is what you do. And these are the results and the consequences of it. Let's get some I can't speak today, some clarifiers. Maybe about the 8 of Cups here, please. We have 10 of Pentacles. We've got the 8 of Cups. We've got the 5 of Pentacles as well. Here we go. Sorry, my caution's been really overactive. Not all day. Like, I've done 2 signs already today. It's just for you for some reason. It's putting on an extra special show. So thank you. Thank you for that. Then we've got the 3 of Wands. We've got the 6 of Wands. There it is. We've got the 3 of Wands. Thank you. And the 6 of Pentacles. And what about the 9 of Pentacles, please? Thank you. 9 of Wands. And the Queen of Swords, was that? It was indeed the Queen of Swords. This is kind of a month for you. There's the one singular major arcana card right at the bottom there, the Hermit. This is a month for you where, like I said, it feels a little bit, oh God. Oh, we're into that now with the fucking screen. Okay, awesome. So, my camera does this periodically, so let's just flip around so that you can see something a little bit more interesting while my computer decides to do whatever it's doing. And hopefully the screen will catch up again in a second. What I like here for you is that it's, like I said, it's all about the things that you do. It's working stuff out. It's bringing things into balance. It's actually kind of beautiful. We've got double 6s here. And we've got double 9s here. It's a month of working things out. Have I said that already? I think I've already said that. So, in your recent past, we've got this 8 of Cups. And as we know, the 8 of Cups is about leaving something behind emotionally. And for you, it seems to revolve around something that you have considered to be previously very stable. We've got the 10 of Pentacles here. So we could be talking about your work, your job, what you do for a living. We could also be talking about your home. Possibly. The thing is here with this 5 of Pentacles, we're dropping very quickly from a 10 to a 5. which is not great fun at all. But I'm not feeling this sense of things being awful about it. There's a look on the moon's face which seems a little bit sad there on that Eight of Cups. But it's more like it is what it is, and I'm just going to get on with it. It's all absolutely fine. What about this Ten of Pentacles? What do we have here? We've got the Five of Wands, and we've got the Chariot. It's almost like Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. It's almost like this is a situation that you almost knew was coming. Like you knew it was on its way, and here it is, and now you have the reality of a situation. It could have been that things have been slightly fractious with people. If it was, say, for a work situation for you, it could be fractious with other people. Maybe they've taken on some new people and you're just not getting along with them for whatever reason. There's some sort of friction at work, and you knew there was going to be a point where you would walk away from this, but it's just sort of happened. But it could be lots of other things too, because all of the tarot is multivalent, all of the individual cards are multivalent, but the Ten of Pentacles is something that feels even more so than usual for me. Right? We've got double fives that speak to instability here, and we've got the Ten of Pentacles being, the thing that was previously stable, and then we've got movement away from it. We've got the Chariots firing off in this direction, and we've got the Eight of Cups also headed off that way. Although the moon looks sad, there is some sort of energy here of it's nothing nearly as strong as regret. It's more like, well, I saw this coming, and this is exactly what happened, and there it is. That's what it is. It is what it is, rather. But it doesn't feel like it puts you in a bad place, even though, we could actually see it being something like, you've had an argument with someone about your rate of pay and they've refused to pay you anymore, and you've gone, well, fuck you then, I'm off, I'm leaving, I'm going to do something else. The little twinge feels like it's because you saw this coming. And I don't think that you could do anything to stop it coming. But being faced with the reality of it as it is now is something that kind of twinges a little bit. Well, I don't think it's a bad thing at all, because when we get into your current energy, we've got the Three of Wands with the Six of Wands and the Six of Pentacles here. Right? We've got action being taken on your part. We don't actually have you sitting around and contemplating what it is that you seem to need to do next. It's already here. You're already doing it. Maybe you put it in motion before whatever this thing was that happened here, whatever you walked away from. Maybe you've sprinted, who knows. But this is up and running straight away. Could be something to do with work, could be something to do with a friendship situation, could be all sorts of things. But we're going from stability to instability to forward movement, forward action. And with the Six of Wands and Six of Pentacles, which I've just noticed follow on beautifully from each of these things, it's like you've been shaken loose from a situation that was keeping you stuck, and you did not realise that that's what it was doing up until the point where you were released from it. The Five of Pentacles can talk about being put out in the cold. It can talk about poverty and lack, or a fear of those things. And then here we have, in the present moment, you, Six of Pentacles, coming to a place where things are starting to even out, things are starting to balance out. Maybe any financial impact that you were expecting from this isn't quite as bad as expected. And then we have the Five of Wands and the Six of Wands. And do you know how often these two cards have been coming up in the last few readings that I've been doing? Because I've been talking about the same thing over and over again. This conversation that I had with my mentor about the nature of the Six of Wands and what it actually means. Because it's my card in the tarot, right? It's the second decan of Leo, right? So that's my card, and it's called Lord of Victory. But what that doesn't mean is that you will win at everything that you do, that you will always be successful. Rather, it states that as a precondition for winning. There's a precondition for being victorious. It is first necessary to put yourself in an environment where there is a possibility of you losing. It's not possible for you to hide from a situation. It is not possible for you to try and deal with it in an underhand way. Like, you have to come up against it and you have to come into conflict with it. You can't win if you've not got anybody to compete against, you know. And so what's going on in your present energy is that the things that you were afraid of right here, but that you swallowed possibly as a point of integrity. It's just like, I'm not prepared to compromise on my integrity, or I'm not prepared to do this, that, or the other. I'm not prepared to be undervalued in the way that I am being. Right? Had you walking away from something that was stable, at least appeared to be stable, and come out almost immediately winning. Now, there's no doubt in my mind here at all that whatever you did was the right thing for you. But I wonder if there isn't an added benefit for others of the stand that you seem to have taken here. We have the Empress, which is Taurus or Libra. Thank you. And we have the Ace of Swords. There's a truth here, and you have stood up for the truth. The Empress is the archetypal mother. So this could be you standing up to your mother. This could be you standing up as a mother for something. Or it might be nothing to do with motherhood altogether, because the Empress talks about fertility and abundance and gratitude and all of the wonderful things that we can fill our lives with when we know what is important. It's incredibly creative as well. You see here how the Empress is pregnant. She's literally gestating something new. This feels like the push that you needed, Scorpio, to go and do something your own way. Go do your thing. You put up with something for just a little bit too long, and then here you are, in a state of gratitude for the fact that you stood in your own truth, and you are walking in your own truth now. Everything's stabilized itself out, and the corollary of that is that when you are authentic, everything improves. Where you are in a situation that in some way does not have you feeling like you are being valued, or that you are valuing yourself appropriately, or whatever, like, things are going to get hard. It's always going to be that way. Five of Pentacles, Five of Wands, like until you push yourself off and you're like, nah. And I tell you for one thing, Scorpio, that's going to be increasingly important next year. And so I'm glad to see you in this mindset already, because you seem to have removed some sort of creative block that you might have had. Who else was I talking to about that? Aquarius, possibly. There's been some sort of creative block, whether it's writer's block or painter's block or whatever it is. Maybe even just knowing which is the way forward. And you've had to follow your own internal truth, your own guiding light, to take you where it is that you're going to go. I think one of the things about the Empress is that we do know that there is a set time frame within which these things happen. You know, speaking as somebody who has been through a number of pregnancies, they do feel like they will go on forever, at least to me, you know. And it's like, well, there's a guaranteed end date, whatever happens. And it's like, but it's so fucking far away. It's like the rest of my life. But there isn't. There's one cycle. So perhaps you've known where you were going. You're going to know what the end result is, but what you haven't understood up until this point is the way that the journey will go to that final destination place, that final result that you come up against. And maybe there might be a lot more of this than you're anticipating, but there will come a point where it absolutely stops, because it has to, because those are the rules of the world that we live in. Pull me one more. For the Empress, please. Thank you. Four of Wands. I think you have a much better idea now, both of where you are going, the time frame involved, and what the end result is, what it is that you're trying to achieve. The Four of Wands is a card of foundation, but it talks about joy and happiness and celebration and home, principally, you know. And I don't mean your four walls, I mean the people that feel like home to you. Where things were unclear over here, they are now far more clear over here, and it's all as a result of doing what you have done. This is absolutely wonderful, and I like this because look how much of it is revolving around your agency, what you are doing, you know, your autonomy, the way that you are choosing to respond to things, not react but respond. I like that. So when we come into December and what's going on for you in December, we've got that we've got that Nine of Pentacles with the Nine of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is Libra energy, you know, we might have said that Empress is Libra energy too. And there's something about your energy here in December that feels completely unassailable. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, which for me is about good resource management, your energetic resources, and them all belonging to you. Nobody's riding on the coattails or getting anything for free from you. There's no energy leaks with you. Everything is independent and self-sufficient, and you are in charge of all of these pentacles. But we also have the Nine of Wands, which means variously, it can speak to boundaries, but it can also speak to resilience. And then we have the Queen of Swords, who is casting a discerning eye over everything. And I think getting ready to hand things over to the King of Swords to make some big decisions about what you are doing next. We've got the Five of Cups. That's your card, Scorpio. It talks about focusing on the wrong thing. We have the Three of Cups. And we have the Page of Wands. You see, the thing is, it doesn't feel to me like that Five of Cups or even this Five of Swords that's at the bottom of the deck here. It doesn't feel to me like either of those belong to you. I feel like they belong to the people of the Three of Cups. And the Page of Wands, you know, more steps forward on this journey that you appear to be going on. I feel like this month people are going to be coming to you for advice on things. I feel like you're just kind of vibing this month, Scorpio. You know, you've kind of done your big thing and you've had all of the validation that you needed in the way that the universe has responded in whatever you're doing, right? But it seems to me that it's everybody else who's kind of struggling this month. Look, there's the Five of Cups underneath there again. Eight of Swords, Two of Cups, Five of Swords, Two of Cups. This feels like it's a month where everybody else is the people that have the problem. And your job, such as it is this month, although it seems like you're having a bit of time off from the, you know, huge energies that seem to be hitting everybody else, I have to say, there's only one sign that I've read for so far that didn't have the Tower play a really quite major role in what was coming up for them. It's everybody else's Five of Cups, it's everybody else's Five of Swords, it's everybody else's Eight of Swords. You know, this Nine of Wands and Nine of Pentacles combination here seems to be referring to the fact that there are going to be a lot of people who are making demands on your time this month, on your effort, on your very fucking life force. And it is for you to put up boundaries as and where necessary. But I think for the most part, you're going to be dishing out the advice. Like, people are coming to you for things that they do not seem to be able to achieve on their own. Whether that is self-sabotage, ways that people are spearing their own development, you know, people who are focusing on the wrong thing and they're coming to you and they're like, everything's awful, and you're like, my dudes, you are focusing on the wrong thing. there's a strong sense here of you being the emotional support network for people this month. The learning point for you is to make sure that you do not allow yourself to become depleted as a result. Just because everything's going well, it seems going very well for you here at the moment, it doesn't mean that you have to overextend yourself. And the Nine of Pentacles would suggest that it is necessary for you to not overextend yourself this month. Six of Swords, Page of Pentacles. There's a lot that you have to offer this month. But it has to be done the right way, Scorpio, and it has to be done in such a way that is mindful of your energy. People are going to be coming to you for your opinion on things, right? Your no bullshit approach on what is actually important, what isn't, because these people seem to have lost a sense of perspective. They are the ones who are experiencing the instability. And having literally just gone through a period of instability, but Scorpio, most of your life has involved periods of profound instability. So this is something that you know very well, but people are coming to you about it. They want to know how they proceed. How do they even start the process of getting themselves out of what they have got themselves into? We've got two pages here, Page of Wands and Page of Pentacles. And we've got the Six of Swords. They want to get away from this energy, but most of them are so stuck in this that they don't know that they're in this, and then they can't get to that. Does that make sense, Scorpio? This is really interesting, and I feel like a lot of this goes hand in hand with this idea that we've seen of the oracular nature of Scorpio, how you are kind of turning out to be this font of wisdom for people. How it is that you have so much to give, but you'll only give it in the right way. It's that kind of high priestess. It's not getting volunteered. People need to come to you to be able to understand these things. But you also need to learn to regulate what time and effort that you put into this. How much are you going to let people have some of your time? Well, these people need it, but it's up to you to make sure that you're not giving too much. It's about actually making sure that the boundaries are in the right place. And this could be true even if it is people who are really close to you. You're not here to fix everybody's problems, Scorpio, but you have a considerable amount of insight that could assist people to help themselves, which is ultimately what we would rather do. And I feel like there's a lot here that people are coming to you about that is something that you know. And you know really, really well. And you've popped out the other side of it now. Being strong. But there's something here that is asking you to guide others whilst being mindful of yourself. I hope that this makes sense. I'm going to go over to Vimeo now. So if you would like to join me, you're very welcome to do so. We're going to pull December apart and have a look a little bit at that for you, because we're back to this idea that there is much that you can do for other people and will be called upon to do for other people, and if you're not careful it will be too much. It's got to be the Goldilocks amount of everything for you. And it might be that over the course of this month there's a bit of to and froing as to what that actually looks like for you. Maybe you might overdo it a little bit in the first week and you've got to kind of pull it back and be like, no, people, I have my own shit to do as well, and I can't fix this for you. You have to fix it for yourself. However, this is what worked for me, and if you need to talk to me, then, provided I've got time, I'm willing to do that. Alright. So yes, I'm going to go and do that now. Don't forget about the 6-month overviews, because I do want everybody to see those, because I do think that they are important. They're running at like 3 hours long or something like that. So make sure you have a cup of tea to hand, or whatever beverage is your fancy. Yes, I shall leave it there. Okay, know that I love you all very, very much, and I will see you soon.